Now, why do I need to bring this up? All right? Because tomorrow's my day off. I got 2 big bills due this week. Everything all at once.
Who?
2 big bills. Chill. Give her a pill. I got 2 big bills. The electric bill. I got 2 big bills. The internet bill. I'm reliant on checks to pay all my bills. I got 2 big bills. I got 2 big bills. We want people who are actually here to have a good time and chill. I got 2 big bills. I don't want to be Mr. Bills. When I pop tags, I feel so pain. I can feel bills coming off my face. A timed release of 2 big bills. This is the United States of Phil. Chill. Give her a pill. I got 2 big bills. The electric bill. I got 2 big bills. The internet bill. 2 big bills. Chill. Give her a pill. I got 2 big bills. The electric bill. I got 2 big bills. The internet bill. I got 2 big bills. 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 2 big bills.
Hey, stupid. I have depression, you dumb fuck. I actually have it. I know what it feels like, alright? So, if you disappeared today, no one would care. I have depression. I know what it feels like. I actually have it, you dumb fuck. I know what it feels like. Fuck. Slow day, all day, I'm depressed. Record low views, thumbs down, I'm depressed. I have depression. I have depression. Whale tail, I'm drinking and I'm thinking, but I have this nagging in the back of my head that's telling me you're a loser. You have no power over anyone on this planet. You're the epitome of a waste of life. Hey, stupid. I have depression. I know what it feels like. I actually have it, you dumb fuck. I know what it feels like. Fuck. Slow day, all day, I'm depressed. Record low views, thumbs down, I'm depressed. I have depression. I have depression. I have depression. I know what it feels like. I actually have it, you dumb fuck. I know what it feels like. Fuck. Slow day, all day, I'm depressed. Record low views, thumbs down, I'm depressed. I have depression. I have depression. Fuck, you stupid loser. You think you know anything about anything in real fucking life. You know nothing. We're getting lost. Why do I say I'm not a children's entertainer? Because I'm not a Muppet. I'm not here to play a character. I'm not here to pretend that I'm something that I'm not. I don't dye my hair. I don't act stupidly constantly to get attention from children. I don't do stupid pranks. You know what I mean? I don't cause drama. I'm here just to play games and have fun. I'm a legitimate gamer. Big ups to your dad.
I need banana, tasty banana. Put banana in my mouth, tasty banana. I need banana, tasty banana. Please the peel it comes in the milk. Put banana in my mouth, squeeze banana. Put banana in my mouth, squeeze banana. Put banana in my mouth.
Act and talk a certain way with certain mannerisms, certain over-the-top reactions. screaming at the top of their lungs, jumping, flailing, doing weird things, constantly on camera.
I need banana, tasty banana. Put banana in my mouth, tasty banana. I need banana, tasty banana. Please the peeling comes in then I'll put banana in my mouth.
Squeeze banana.
Put banana in my mouth.
Squeeze banana.
I get this
In my mouth. I need banana, tasty banana. Put banana in my mouth, tasty banana. I need banana, tasty banana. Please the peeling comes in then I'll put banana in my mouth.
Squeeze banana.
Put banana in my mouth.
Squeeze banana.
Put banana in my mouth.
When we hit the 250 vestry for that celebration, I'm going to debut a new vest. There we go. Celebratory bubble blow. Very nice. There's bubbles everywhere. There's bubbles all over my PlayStation 4 controller. There's bubbles on my microphone stand. There's bubbles everywhere tonight.
I actually admitted this last year. I'll say it again. I actually do play some mobile games. I do. All right? The ones that I play are free to play or incredibly inexpensive, like you spend $1 here or there to make progress.
This one's for all my baby girls.
Got me that gotcha.
I love it.
Got me that gotcha. Gotcha. Begging for fucking tips and shit on street. It's WWE Champions time. I'm stupid. WWE game plays like Candy Crush. Moving gems around, breaking colored gems.
I love it.
Again, it's pay to win. The more money you sink into it, the more characters you can summon, the higher chance you'll get the better characters, etc., etc. All right? Got me that gotcha.
I love it.
Got me that gotcha. Begging for fucking tips and shit on street. Gotcha. Got me that gotcha. Thanks for the money, dummies. Supercar. That was a mobile game I played like 5-6 years ago. A lot. For about a year, I played it pretty hardcore. All right. Even at that point, that was before everything kind of fell apart with YouTube and everything. I was putting a little bit of money into it. I was playing for the top cards. I was playing the shit out of that game. Okay. After about a year, they launched what they called Season 2, which reset all the cards in the game and made all your progress essentially worthless. And I said, this game fucking sucks. What a complete waste of time that this was. All right. And you know what this reminds me of? When I worked at the helicopter company, helicopter support. It 1,000,000% reminds me of that.
That being said.
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 Said.
Hello. This is Phil Burnell. All right. And just wanted to tell you that I love the podcast. That being said, big ups. That being said, which vest is podcast best? That being said, relaxing, chill, interactive, fun. That being said, which vest is podcast best? That being said, relaxing, chill, interactive, fun. ALT Insider, the legend, Fantastic Mr. Sam, the dentist, Speak to the Dead, psychological style host, Me or Cat, artistic style host. That being said, which vest is podcast best? That being said, which vest is podcast best?
If there was ever meaningful content, it's being produced right here on That Being Said.
Cut the nonsense. All right, guys, serious. Got it. Everyone, we are here. Sunday show in the house. Curated content coming at you here. The kind you like the best. Everyone that doesn't curate their content fucking sucks. And we all know that. We all understand that. But we're here to curate your content and curate a lot more than that. We have musical style, secret musical style, excuse me. Musical style is still doing family business style stuff. So he's doing serious business, not fake business like this. So Meerkat's out today. But where's Meerkat? Start it up. Exactly. Start it up. Where's Meerkat? Get it going. We have our logical style, cerebral style, who is just, his cat wants you to know, released a video about Cat, the one that doesn't have claws, though, not the one we're looking for. The cat that does not have their front claws. A video all about that. 8 hours, the length that you are looking for, just like Faye is looking for, that length she's really looking for. And Steve provided it again. 8 hours. Go watch it if you haven't. Also, we have our, of course... Wizard of Oz style host in the house, secret musical style host in the house, and we are ready to roll. No Meerkat, of course, so I'm going to handle the business style announcements. And that means I'm going to forget shit, but nonetheless, I want to tell you about our fanfic competition. It's going on now. The entries are coming in. It's going to be hot. We have a week and a half left on those, I believe, right? Or is it 2.5 weeks? I forget. Anyways.
A week and a half.
Week and a half left on that. 5-minute limit. Any story in the world is fine. It can be only audio. It can be video. Whatever the fuck you want. Whatever story you want. Their thumbnail today involved Darkseid of Phil's entry into that. His image of it. Us going to save our girl, Cat here. My girl, excuse me. And so that should be pretty high. Also, what other business style announcements? We have reached a milestone on this channel. A milestone that is very meaningful, extremely meaningful. Something you could only hope to get if you are a curated content maker like ourselves. And some of you might get pissed because you can't make content like it. You know, you can't. A lot of people think they get pissed about that, our success, because they can't make meaningful content like that. They can't create an audience like content like we can. But you know what? Deal with that. What do you say at the end, Sam? I forget the ending. Deal with that. Suck on that. I can't remember exactly what it was. But anyways, we are here, and it is time to celebrate our 5,000 subscriber. Oh, well. Thank you, Snoot. Oh, well.
Oh, well. Yes.
Oh, well. Well, here's your oh, well. It is time dun, 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 for an epic 5,000 subscriber bubble blow, boys. Let's go. Light it up. This is what it's all about. Curated content in the house. This is what we're here for. This is what you're here for. We are not lolcows. We do nothing wrong. We change their content all the time for this. Look at this. I got bubbles all over the place. On my microphone stand, on my camera. I got bubbles all over the place. It's a mess. You guys are fucking meaningful, though. Seriously, that's fucking meaningful. Thanks. We'll do a straight special or something for this. Don't worry. But thanks so much for 5,000 legends. Thanks, Swaggus Davis Jr. Big K to 5K. Congrats to the Muncho Man. Muncho Man. That's directed at Samuel, I believe. But
oh, yes.
He is a Muncho Man. Muncho Man. Writes itself. It writes itself. Let's get to it.
I'm amazed you haven't written it so far, to be honest.
Anyways, let's get to the business of the week. And we're going to start the business of the week. We're on the business of... Oh, yeah. Can't say we're on level 1 now, bitches. Yeah? Phil said that. That's not a joke. Phil said that. All right. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, let's talk about... First, let's start with Adam Krigler. All right? Adam Krigler in the house once again. Back in the news. He left Side Scrollers on good terms, though. It's not like it was a bad split. He just said, I want to go do my own thing or whatever. And he... which you should say is smart, decided to talk about DSP again because that's a good way to get views on your channel that you might not get otherwise. And he decided to react to Phil's reaction of him. All right. So what did he say? It was pretty interesting. He said some things like, Phil, of course, we talked about Phil saying, like, I had no problem with the interview, but the day after was a problem. And Krigler smartly pointed out, they saved you from the super chats, right? They saved you. They did not want to do it in front of you because they did that. You would have cried then and not even done it, right? So,
dude, if they'd have done that, they'd have got nothing done. I remember that stream. They were constant. There were so many of them. So
it's just, it's all it was. I mean, people were excited about DSP being there. They, whatever, how many thousands of viewers, 10,000 or whatever, and super chats were rolling in, and they saved Phil from it by not showing it that day. They did it the next day. What are they supposed to do if someone says stuff about what they think? You're supposed to be like, okay, anyway, next super chat. No, you have to say your thoughts. So anyways, that's what they did. Big ups to Aid Robertson. Big ups TBS. Congrats on the 5K subs. Thanks, Aid. You're a legend. Anyways, DSP, one of my favorite things, DSP says, when Krigler said, you want to do it without the work, right? Krigler said that right to Phil's face, you want to do it without the work. You want to do the hard, well, he said that the day after, excuse me. You want to get there without the hard work. And Phil obviously took umbrage with this. Oh, mama. Oh, mama. Don't question my work ethic. And what is Phil's backing for this thought is that, hey, I have the most prolific video producer on the YouTube. And what did Krigler claim back? Video games are the easiest content you can make, and you make them in the most lazy way possible. Nothing else needs to be said. You can't say you're not lazy when your content is the laziest.
Guys, he has like an average video. It's like 7 a day, isn't it? All the videos across like the length of time he's been here is average 7 a day. So that doesn't mean they're good. There's like no, you can't quality control that level of production. There's just too many videos a day to be like, right, yeah, that one's good, that one's quality, that one's cool.
Yeah, and even if I mean, you could quality control some of it, but he doesn't even do that. So no. Yeah, he's prolific, but just it doesn't mean a thing when this is what you're making. And he's not, well, as we'll find out later, he's not making anything. He's just curating or
As a content creator myself on WPIG, I take offense to that statement, use of his word curating. But again, he said, Krigler said, you don't pay attention to your finances at all, which is, we all know. And when you want to prove that you do take care of your finances, what do? Hold up a piece of paper with crayon on it. Another great debunk there. So your debunk of being lazy is I have the most YouTube videos on YouTube. Okay. That doesn't really mean anything, right? You could do something. Anyone could do a lot of something. It doesn't mean that it's good or they should do that much, Another thing is your finances, which you say you take care of, is on a piece of paper, literally in crayon. And also, if you were professional, as Phil likes to say, he's very professional. You would have handled the Keemstar part of the interview much better, right? Even if you didn't want to do it, you would have handled it as a professional, not bitching about Keemstar when he decided to contact you and all that shit. That was the opposite of professionalism that you seem to strive for and hold yourself to, right, Phil? But okay.
I think if you're a professional, you'd keep track of your finances on a spreadsheet, using like Microsoft Excel or something, and not
piece of
pay
paper
bills again this month.
Yeah. Or once again, something free that's out there. Say, I don't know, Google Sheets or something.
Whatever. I think it's Cell in LibreOffice, like that.
Yes. The guys, crayons. We need crayons. We need crayons. His watchers need something to
eat.
For
business expense, he can write them off as a tax.
His viewers need snacks every once in a while.
For some reason, he's got this thing about writing stuff down, and fair enough, some people have, but come on, man, when this is your job and has been for 15 years, you could just tap something out on your laptop. You don't have to waddle over to your desk and write stuff down, especially when you're doing a podcast. This is
he did that. He did that recently. He had to get up and I think there was maybe a super chat or something on screen that he couldn't read. So it was one of the images that he put up about something.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. I think they were like specs for something, or it was like a description of like all these changes coming in a patch, and they were there on his screen, but he couldn't read them on the screen here on his laptop. So we had to get up and walk over to his PC to read them and then come back.
Dude,
it's the same thing. Same thing as when he does a tier maker. Same as when he's typing out a thing on his, a tip or whatever. I don't get it. I do not get where the keyboard's here and the monitor's there. I don't get it, man.
That was a Liza P update. Liza P update was the thing. Right. Yes. Big ups to Snood says Side Scrollers is willing to protect Phil's feelings, but Phil dragged the cat on stream in front of a bunch of trolls after telling her for weeks that they were going to troll her. Absolutely, yes. That's my biggest thing that against what the thing that gets me most fired up about what Phil has done recently is that right the fuck there. And you are correct about that. It's okay to Side Scroller shielded you from harm that day, but you did not shield Kat from harm. You brought her into it, right?
Yeah, they didn't mention her once. It was all on
not interested in her. We're not interested in her. But then what does Phil say? Anything else you want to say? I won't go through the whole spiel again, but anything else you want to say, Phil? Like Twitter or maybe, maybe your schedule for the week. You love schedules, right? Nope. Did you find the restraining order against her, by the way, just for people that are maybe not seen our other show, 2 weeks before that is the day Phil announced that they broke up. Phil announced the breakup with Kat. 2 weeks later, restraining order was filed. With Panda. 2 weeks later. That's how fast the thing happened. The restraining order happened. 2 weeks after they officially broken up. So maybe that was the impetus for announcing that they had officially broken up, but I don't know. Obviously, we don't know. Brand Dude put out a great video on the topic. If you want to check that out, Brand Dude has a video about the cat. Yeah, go ahead, see.
Yeah, I think it's about that actually. Not necessarily Brand Dude's video, but that moment, because there's a little bit afterwards that I don't think we linger on, where Phil tries to play like it breaks me up every time. Just thinking about what she had to go through, and it's like it is such a transparent attempt at looking like a sympathetic person. It's sick. It's bad enough that you brought her up as a shield and to sort of like dangle her in front of trolls and say, haha, you didn't get everything. But then to go also, I do care about her it's sickening. Just to go like thinking about what she went through. You have no conception of what it's like to be in an abusive relationship. So it's like an extra level of disgusting, as that's swirling around your mouth and you can taste it. You're like, oh, he did that as well. Horrible moment.
Anyways, Krigler makes fun of him for saying you wanted the path of least resistance in your life, and that is a fucking on the target there. God, that statement. Also, another dig here from Krigler. He said, I had to leave the stream because I wanted to have dinner with my wife. That's what people do in their relationships, Phil. They take time off to have dinner with their wife. No, Phil doesn't do that. He's in a very serious relationship, though. Don't forget that, okay? Never forget
that. I'm in Sweden.
Yeah. Also, he's in Sweden, so it was late as shit for him, but okay. Anyways, Phil, remember Phil admits to spending money on mobile games during the interview? And he says, no, it's just a little bit, like $15 a month. And Krigler smartly pointed out, if you need to beg your fans for money, $15 is already too much, sir. Yeah. Right? $15 is already over your limit if you need to beg. On top of that, right? And right on the money there. Krigler said something incorrect here that I want to call him out on, but not for the reason he's thinking. He did a great job with this video, but there's one incorrect thing he said here. He said, I know you're having money. I know you're having trouble with money, Phil, since you beg your audience for money every day. But that's where you're wrong, Adam. He's not having trouble with money. He's just doing the begging part anyways, okay? That's the key point we got to make sure Krigler understands this. Phil is not having money problems. He is just still doing the begging part, okay? So they're not connected. You might think he has money problems for how much he begs, but he isn't. That's the scam. That's the scam. Anyways, of that, Phil, another great point from Krigler here was he said, Phil said, why don't you talk to me? Why did you find out other videos? You just went to the tractor shit. And Krigler said, I spent more time talking directly to you than any other thing I ever did. So how come I couldn't get this from you? How come you couldn't prove me of this stuff, right? That was a great fucking point again, right? A great fucking point. I had 5 hours with you. You had 5 hours with me. And this is how I feel. So what's up? You know what I'm saying? Like, why couldn't you make me believe you with all those 5 hours, right? Seems like something's wrong then, right? And DSP said again, like, but careful, Krigler, you're setting yourself up for a fall for talking shit about DSP because there might be something in your past that's bad. And, Krigler, of course, was like, okay, I'm ready for that to happen. Thanks for the weakest threat of all time. I'm sure there's something in your past that might come out. Okay. That means we can't call out your bullshit when you're on an interview saying random shit and there are all these clips of nasty shit. But
yes,
go ahead.
To Phil, you have to be perfect. Otherwise, whatever you've done that's, critical, whatever you've done that's wrong, he can criticize you and it invalidates your criticism of him. So if you've ever done anything, you can't say what it's like about my relationship. You've broken up. You've been divorced. You've left somebody, you can't criticize my relationship then. So, but just remember, Adam was exactly the sort of person that DSP was doing this for. At the start of this, I want this to be the place where people who don't know anything about me can come to get the truth. Adam knew nothing about Phil. It's Craig that had done the research. Adam was going in more or less blind. So Adam was exactly the sort of person that Phil should have been convincing. And look how it happened. Look how it turned out. Good job, Phil.
He wanted that to be the video you go to when you wonder about DSP. All right. Everyone's worried about Steve's audio is too low. We need to pump up Steve. All right.
Okay.
Sam, pump him off. Come on.
I have done from my end, but
sorry, it might be me. Apologies.
Okay. All right. Vikes in the house says still DSP still holds his phone to his camera to show stuff. Yes, that's always great. Very modern.
Yeah. Interesting follow-up to that as well.
Yeah.
Because we were talking about that the other day and how the theory was that he wasn't actually screenshotting Twitter. He was just literally looking at Twitter or X, sorry.
Yeah, whatever.
And if the story, like if he couldn't find the story anymore, then he just had to paraphrase.
Yeah.
But the other day, he read someone's reply. So that kind of proves that he's doing that. He goes, "Oh, here's a good reply," and read it out and actually credited the person. So yeah,
great news. That great news show.
Yeah, this is his news story.
I'm learning some new information. Hang on, Pierre. This is breaking. It's a reply from Spanky Ass 2468. He says, "Hang on here. Oh, it's tough to read this. Hang on. Oh, let me look. Look at his response here, guys. Check it out. Check it out.
Can you read that? Can you see that?"
Great.
Do you remember when, like, you used to sit like with your granddad and he'd tell you stories?
Yeah.
That's what I think. Like, you and your uncle, you and your brothers and your sisters and your cousins and all that. You'd sit around with granddad and tell you a story about like what it was like in the war or something. What we're heading for now is just Phil scrolling Twitter, going, "Yeah, I'll just find something interesting." One sec. People are talking about the new Fallout. Something about Microsoft being acquired. Oh, here's a good one. You'll love this, kids. Right?
I mean, I wish he would do that. I kind of wish he would do that, because that's virtually what he's doing. But he's pretending that he's not doing that. At least if he was saying that, there would be a bit of honesty. Come on, Snood. Steve is not muted.
No, don't listen to his lies. Cyclops 86 says Kat was in a dysfunctional family before boyfriend. Cyclops 86, you are definitely correct. That's why I always, when people say, "Why didn't Kat leave?" That's a huge reason why she doesn't have anywhere to go. It's because her family before that was very dysfunctional. So where's she supposed to go on a 3-day-a-week salary? And she does have autism, by the way. So anyways, Battery Exhausted in the house. Oh, should I say Super Scuffer says, "Mo money, mo problems. If you're not nice, you're naughty." All right.
Monsieur Derish, or are you El Senor Derish, El Dericano,
Very good.
Which nationality are you this week, Scott?
We need more. Don't stop it now. Anyways, and last point on Adam Krigler. Adam Krigler finished it with, "I said all this shit to your face, and you didn't say anything back." Right? How come it's all coming out now that why I said was all bad? Right? I was right there in your face. You never said anything. All right. So that was Krigler clapback. We're not done the clapping of the cheeks, though. All right. We have one more clapping of cheeks to cover, and that comes from Az, former guest of the show, heel versus babyface. And he did this video in a very cool way. I was expecting him to react, because remember, if you don't remember, on Versus the Internet, Phil responded to Az's famous rant that was like the biggest thing on the internet for those 2 days, all over the top about the pronouns and stuff, and that's not even the point of this. Phil responded to that. Az then responded to that response, or at least you thought he was. So he kind of does this very interesting way. He kind of says he's framing it as introducing you to DSP, and he's going to show you all the cool stuff he does, and you could just tell he knows his shit about DSP. It's really, really cool. Oh, thanks, Pescatore. Gundam helped Az with this video, and that makes fucking sense because he knew to hit all the notes to hit. He knew all the notes to hit. He said, like, this guy has some issues. And kind of like little smile there, like, and he said, "You might be saying, what the hell is DSP?" And of course, he shows the video. You might know him from this, and of course, it's the incident. And then he goes, he's also done some other meaningful content, though. And then he goes right into the backpack. Then he goes, "Oh, wait, sorry, Phil. That's rad. That was a while ago. Let's get to another one." Right into the slave trade clip. He just hits it. He hits it perfectly. Then he goes to, yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to say, like, I'm sure with Az, the pronouns, like, the backlash that's happened because of that rant. Yeah. I'm sure it's like water off a duck's back with him, but the best thing that could have happened essentially happened. DSP watches your video and you get to do that. It's like,
yeah, because everyone, it doesn't matter what your political affiliation is, we can all come together of this. That's why I like this show so much, because we don't give a fuck about politics. we're on here for this one goal together, and Az kind of took that and ran with it, obviously. He said, okay, hold on. He does other meaningful content, though. Let's show it. And then he shows begging, like disgusting begs after beg. It's so good. And oh, hold on, guys. Any moment now, he's going to get meaningful. He's going to get meaningful in a second. And then he goes, boom, right to another bag. It was so good. It was so good. He talks about the mobile games, how he plays mobile games and stuff. And the very end, how he finishes it was, he said, obviously, okay, finally, I'll get to the react. And then he starts playing it. And then 2 seconds later, he shows like The Rock saying, it doesn't matter what you think. And then video ends right there.
That was it.
Right there. It was really cool. It was fucking really cool. It was a really cool video. And I was expecting a normal kind of him putting on the video and like yelling at DSP, but he went way above. That's definitely worth a watch if you haven't seen it. Pretty cool. After that, we did get some Aki in for Aki Salt, some Street Fighter fun. Just to recap real quick, we did see, we talked about it on Thursday, how DSP was late at night watching the master himself, Sir Wong. Sir Wong himself getting master with Aki in less than 4 hours. Okay, less than 4 hours from the placement matches to master. He was the first in the world to get it, and DSP was in that chat. Then Phil tried it on stream the first day. Did not go well. But then, my friends, we got
that tweet. That magical tweet. Yeah.
The tweet. Do we have that, Sam? Let me get it. I think I have it on
I should have got that one ready, actually.
Yeah, I got it right here. I'll read it for you. We'll do it live.
Anyone saying the D word, I'm on it, don't worry.
He said the following. All right, this was on 2:52 a.m. Phil time, by the way. That's Phil time. So serious businessman. No time for anything, guys. Can't spend time with his wife. Of course not. Here we go. I've decided. Oh, God. I'll try not to laugh when I get through this. I've decided that I'm going to kick some ass. I've decided that I'm going to kick some ass with Aki during Friday Night Fights this week. No more bullshit. Now it's payback time. That is all.
It was less than a day later, wasn't it?
Come on, man.
It's like by the end of like the late shift. It's not even a stream anymore. It's a shift now.
There's so much. Look, okay. So I'm gonna kick some. So I've decided that I'm gonna kick some ass with Aki. Okay, that's okay. If you're 12, that's fine, right? I've decided we're gonna win on Friday or whatever. Okay, whatever. But no more bullshit. Now it's payback time. Who are we getting payback on? Who is it, right? Is it the world? Is it random Street Fighter players that beat him? This payback is very, very immature.
Yeah, I was actually really disappointed by that. Sorry, Sam, but someone said at least there was no like nuff said or bottom line. It's like I was quite disappointed there was no nuff said.
The game? Okay, yeah, on the game, yeah. So he said, no more bullshit. Now it's payback time. Jaha responded to my tweet about that with, he watched some Justin Wong footage and is ready for his rematch. And that's exactly what it is. He was ready. He was ready for action. And that night, thanks to Paul for pointing that out. Go ahead, Steve. Yeah.
You mentioned watching two people. I think the other one was Snake Eyes.
So the best of the best. If you watch people play, you can automatically get better. You don't have to practice. Just watch, right? I watched Tom Brady play football a while. I'm ready. I'm totally ready. Totally. We need a British-style version of that reference, Sam, please. Who did you watch to get better at soccer? Oh, there you go. Thank you.
They can't hear me. I watched some Man City, watched a bit of Jack Grealish playing, and I've decided that my hair is going to be like slicked back as well. That's just an added bonus. Yeah.
Awesome. So very normal, extremely normal. And then that day, he starts out 0-17. 0-17. Okay. So we got some great salt on that one.
I watched David Beckham and I'm now ready to bang a Spice Girl. So.
Oh, is that easy? Posh Spice. Team Posh Spice, by the way. 100%. But on the beginning of that stream, he said a few funny lines. My blood pressure was terrible on Wednesday. Okay. My blood pressure was terrible Wednesday. I was very stressed early this week about things behind the scenes. Again, It seems like that might be over a little bit, whatever. And here's the interesting part. Kat said directly to him, I don't want you to get upset tonight. Phil said this, of course. I can't press X any harder. Kat told me, I don't want you to get upset tonight.
Hang on, let me open the Snort Exchange and see what that did to stocks. I mean, it's like, it says everything. That it was a couple of weeks ago when it was like last week where we got the I'm going to give you a kiss before I play tonight, honey, because I might be in a bad mood when I'm finished.
This is yeah, go ahead, sorry.
And it's like, that is a really worrying, alarming thing for a man of 41. You know, it's not healthy psychologically. It's not good when you can when you get that wound up by something that you're supposed to be doing for fun. You know, things that you do for fun shouldn't wind you up so much that you can't then be around people because you'll be mad with them and angry with them, you know? It's
Let's talk about things like that is so out of character for, I mean, I know we barely know Kat, so I shouldn't say this. But from what we've seen of Kat, I don't see her as a very assertive style person, if you know what I'm saying. I don't think maybe she is behind the scenes, who knows? I don't see her saying, hey, Phil, I don't want you to get upset tonight. This is the same person that when Phil spilled water, Phil went up to her and said, look, I spilled water. She's like, what? I don't care. You know, that's what we think she said. She doesn't give a fuck about him. This is also remember when Phil said, I want to give her a kiss, like Steve pointed out, she said, why? That was her response. Yeah. Phil told us about why. I don't understand. I don't think that Kat's saying any of that. I think he really knows the Kat shit. Where is Kat? And he's going to try to slip her name in every once in a while. Because he knows
she's still around, guys. Yeah,
she's still around. Look, she said this. She said, I don't want you to get upset tonight. That's how much she cares about me. This is
Fat Breeze 69. Great name, by the way. She probably said, please shut the fuck up so I can play Starfield.
Buddy, I'm going to new planets. Shut the fuck up. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Thanks, Extra Galactic Girl. He said she yelled at him, too. Oh, yeah. She's doing a lot of
I get that vibe from her, if I'm honest. I get the vibe that she's... I get the vibe that she, like, in person, like it say the few times we've seen her in front of the camera, she's, you know, what she was, you know, she just sat there. But behind closed doors, I reckon she's different. I reckon she's wearing the trousers in that relationship. That's what I'm saying.
I disagree.
Yeah,
I disagree.
No,
I think it's hard from what I know of autistic people. There is an autistic person in my family. Not that means I know everything about autistic people. I just have one example. They don't really have the means to control anything, right? And especially not other people. But maybe some people do. Some can. I just don't see that. Maybe I'm wrong. Who knows? That's all. We don't know anything about her anyway, so who the fuck knows? We know 2 fucking streams about her and her, you know, Persona playthrough and her what's the other game? The archery. Yeah, Horizon Zero Dawn.
Zero Dawn. Yeah.
I've seen those, so yeah, that's all I know. But yeah, autism is very different for everybody. Everything is who knows? Who knows, really? It's all theorizing.
But to be fair, it's Phil, and we know what he's like with confrontation. So would he dare try? We know what he's like with disability as well, and especially mental disabilities. We know what he's like with that. So he may not actually want to push his luck.
That's true. That's true. That's true. That's a great point too. So if she is like that, if she has any inkling of that, Phil is the kind of husband that'll be like, okay, honey. Yep. Okay, honey. Yep. Okay. Yep. I'll do that, honey. But you know, who knows? Who knows? Cyclops 86 says Kat was locked in basement by mother because demons. That's not even a joke. She was. They did attempt an exorcism on her. Bob Starsky says, remember Az did not even upload the rant. It was just part of his stream. His friend uploaded the rant, which made it go viral. Okay, Bob Starsky added context there. Tomion says, DSP versus the Internet, Street Fighter 6 edition. That'd be pretty good. We have so many clips. That if Phil did that, by the way, here's a tip, Phil. If you did theme weeks, I think it would be very good for you. Like the theme could be fighting games. The theme could be this. I know he wants to make it so variety, but I think theme might be a good idea.
Yeah. Guys, this week for the React, the theme is this.
Yeah.
Videos relating to that. Don't have you can't upload children's stuff, you can't upload adult stuff, you can't upload this stuff or that stuff. just here's a theme, and then anything within that theme. Because I would like to see for the Street Fighter one, I would make it literal DSP versus the internet. I would have Phil watch other people talking about Phil's Street Fighter 6 footage, because there have been some people who've made videos like about using him as either an example or showing him how he can improve. Who was I don't think it was Snake Eyes, was it? But somebody did a video using him, didn't it? And he was very nice to them.
Oh God, sir! Oh, thank you, sir.
Yeah.
He brought up the sir in that comment.
The name.
And then remember, he deleted that comment like a bitch when he started getting responses.
Yeah, when people started responding to it. Diaphone, thank you, Diaphone. Yeah. So there's a couple of videos out there about him and Street Fighter 6 specifically. So why not do that? Why not watch them? Why not be like, okay, yeah, he's got a good point. I could try doing that.
Can you imagine? Like, of course, people would submit videos of Phil getting salty, but they would also, put like combos for this person, and Phil could say his thoughts on that, or wow, that looks cool, or whatever. It could be kind of cool. But
so it'd be the same as it is now, except he says, "Right, I want you to submit clips about this topic." Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
I don't think he's got. I don't think there's enough interest to make that. A viable thing. I think they like being able to just submit whatever they like. I reckon interest would die off a lot quicker if you tried to do
maybe
that.
you're right. I don't think that many people care. I think it's like how many people? 10 people really submit serious videos for Phil they want to watch, and all the rest is LARPers. I mean, let's get real.
Yeah,
I don't know the percentage, but it's a very high percentage where this is a sneak diss and we all know it.
Yeah. It's definitely not the 10,000.
Oh God! Wait till we get to that. We're getting there. We're working our way there. Big ups to Bob.
Like,
go ahead.
A couple of like detractor videos like snuck in, and the Phil was like, "Okay, I'm okay with this. We're going to react to." And then next week, a bunch of them were like Phil's old content and detractor sort of not necessarily related, but sort of next to associated with, close to. They were detractor flavored in essence.
Yeah.
And so. Most of them are going to be detracted. So if you said go out and find, let's do horror this week because it's Halloween, we'll do a horror theme. Yeah, and the sci-fi horror, so like Alien, Event Horizon, stuff like that. Go, find some clips and stuff. And it could be a bunch of like people doing behind the scenes stuff on like Aliens set, or it could be like some like low budget sci-fi horror indie movie or something. Just a bunch of shit. Just a bunch of stuff, and it would at least be something that's nothing that's copyrighted, because it's going to get me taken down, and I can't get money from the ad revenue, and all the other tedious restrictions that he puts on them. That basically means you're stuck with either meme stuff or Singapore videos or food,
or TikToks. I want to kill those TikToks. Phil's is trying to be hip. Like, I think my fans might actually like this one, so I'll be like, act like I understand. Anyways, shout out to Bob Starsky. He says, I watched ALT and now I'm the granddad. I now give out the Werther's originals. Thank you, Bob Starsky, for handing out the Werther's originals. Dominic in the house.
Association? Did they have the same association in America with
Werther's?
Like,
is old people's day. Okay. Werther's. Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. That's good to know.
Yeah.
Worldwide.
You were the original that Werther's copied from.
I am Werther. I'm Sir Werther. Call me Sir Werther, please.
Yeah, Werther's are nice, to be fair. They're quite nice.
They are, yeah.
It tastes great, right? It's not an age thing. I love those. Got some right here. No, just kidding. That'd be funny. I got some right here. Just happen to have them. No, I don't have them. Anyways, Dominic says, ever since Team Divorce has been a thing, he has made an essential part of his streams to mention her at least 2 to 3 times, just to let us know she is still there. Yep, or just to make us think she is still there, Dominic, right? Mm-hmm. Just to make us think she is still there, which I think is the real crux of the issue.
Oh, God, I'm going to be off before Derek's Tearmaker, aren't I? Fuck.
Oh, no.
I'm going to miss Derek's Tearmaker.
That is going to be very fun.
When is that? Is that this week? Next week, sorry.
I think it's the end of the month, isn't it? When is this?
Yeah.
I don't care when
it's close to Halloween, with the costume.
There was an amazing moment yesterday, which I did manage to catch, where he was, because obviously it's a new season, it's a new opportunity to put up some animations, tips, and try to get as much money as you can from the audience right at the start.
Yep.
But the clip that plays is, the scene that he's obviously wetting himself about because it's from Jurassic Park and it involves a man sitting on the toilet. So Derek posts up in chat, is Jurassic Park a horror movie? I haven't put it on the Tearmaker, but I could add it to it. And he had to address it and go, Derek, no, I don't think of Jurassic Park as a horror movie, so it's okay. It's like, Phil, just make your own fucking tear maker. If Derek can learn how to do it, it's not that hard.
Dude, if you think Jurassic Park's a horror movie, you got problems, man. You got problems. You got the wrong person for the job, man. Come on.
But I like that, like probably like DSP's like at home doing whatever. He's on Champions, he's having a gin, cat's play staff or whatever, and you know the ants are merrily going about the business in the 2 rooms they now occupy. And then he gets a message from Derek going, "I've added this film to the list. Is this okay?" You know, it's like the constant updates as he's constructing this thing.
All right, guys, I see you chat.
Derek.
It's scary in parts, but you would never categorize that as a horror movie.
It's not horror.
I mean,
no.
Someone just said, Hawley 42. It scared the shit out of me as a kid. That kind of because I remember the opening scene with the raptors. That shut me up when I was like, however old I was when it came out.
Dude, that scene with the T-Rex is still legitimately scary. That's interesting with the T-Rex where it stomps and they're in the car under the glass.
Yeah,
that's still like legitimately tense and.
It's like effective Spielberg horror in the same way that like Jaws is and stuff. But I don't know if I'd class it as a horror film. It's just
you would not find Jurassic Park in the horror section of any video store. Not
it's
that
a family
exist,
thing, isn't it? It's like a PG ultimately, and it's family sort of blockbuster. It's a summer holiday film. You know, it's not necessarily. What did he call it? Like an action fantasy, sci-fi fantasy, or something like that.
Styles. It's I shouldn't have said video store. I'm getting called out for being old, and I said video store. All right, come on. Video stores were around like 10 years ago, fuckers. Anyways,
I've still got some. I've got VHS right here.
Yeah, get fucked. Thank you. Anyways, let's continue on. Let's move forward positively. So I love when Phil this Friday night. Let's go to the Friday night when it was supposed to be the comeback. Remember, he's getting his payback, dude. Payback time. I'm tired of it. Putting up with the shit. Instantly gets shit on. And this is also when the fake tips came in. Okay, these masterful fake tips. And someone on Reddit released what they did, and it's some nonsense about different country VPN. Like it's all kind of. It's kind of whatever. Like, I don't think it's a good idea. I mean, do it. You do you, of course, but it's like whatever. But Phil had those, and that kind of added to a little bit of the frustration that night because he was at 100, then he went down and stuff. But he did start to say this night that I'm too old. He just said that. Like, I'm too old. I'm not good. I'm just not good enough. I'm too old. I'm not fast enough anymore. I mean... That's something new, I guess. He's reached that level of acceptance, I guess. What do you think?
Sort of. Like, I wanted to make that point that he was almost there with the kind of realization, the self reflection and all that. But there was something about it where I was like, he's not quite over the line. I forget what it was now. Fuck, I can't remember. It was just something. It's DSP. He says the same shit all the time. It's probably something about it being like online lag, or just something where I was like, you haven't quite taken the responsibility, But
it was there was a bit where he said something like, "I know what I'm doing, and I know what moves to come out, but they're not coming out." And it's like my hands don't work properly, and it's like just like Sam just said, you are almost there. You are almost at that point where you can recognize the problem. Just a little bit more, Phil.
That might have been it. Cyclops, sorry, the joystick. I think he said that.
Yeah.
Like, is it me? No. He's like, I don't know what it is. Is it the joystick? And it's like, okay.
Is it me? The joystick? He has that kind of like, I don't know. You never know. And it's like, oh, you're right. Just 1% off of saying it's him. And people, oh my God, when people start toying with him, that's when it gets really good. I mean, one person was like, with Aki mirror match, just annihilated him. And it was like he had a little bit of health left. Pixels, my friend, Pixels. And that person just stopped playing. And Phil was like, okay, fine. Just win, okay? Take your perfect and go on. Drink your Fanta. Because you live in your mom's basement.
Yeah, we got that as well. He blamed PC cheaters for using macros.
Yep,
Yeah,
PC cheaters, of course. And by the way, anyone out there, if you get Phil in that situation where you are winning and you just are stop playing, let the clock run out, please, because like no one lets it go all the way. They kind of get bored themselves, but don't get bored yourself. Let it go. Phil wants you to not hit him. Don't hit him. All right. Please let it go the whole time because it never happens. But it was always funny. And one person let him win the whole first game, and then beat him the next two. Like it was, people were toying with him, man, toying with him. And he was definitely, I mean, it was pissed. He was getting tips though, so we didn't get the double combo of piss salt and no money salt because he was getting tipped, and he has been getting tips this week. But it was very funny.
But those fake tips that were then retracted, they invalidated the hat goal, so he had to take it off. It's illegitimate, guys. It's invalid.
This is not legit. Yeah, this is not a legit hat. All right, so stop it.
You don't get this for free on my stream. But you want to see this hat? You pay me.
Also, he said because of the fake tips, he started like not believing they were fake at first. He went through the whole like, is this fake? Is this not fake? And stuff. And this is what he said to those people. Do I need to write this on something? I told you before, PayPal doesn't like you tipping like this. Stop it. And he's like talking to the fake tipper like that, right?
Is this part of the curation, like when he does this?
That's the curation. That's the curation, right? And then afterwards, of course, just like I suspected, they were all fake. Okay, then why were you pissed at them for tipping you the wrong way? Because it would take you longer to get your money then if you knew it was fake. You knew it was fake, but that was also pissed it would take you longer to get your money. So, not sure. Anyway,
If you knew it was fake, why acknowledge it in the first place? Why put it on the goals? Why put the fucking hat on? If you knew they were fake.
He also said that all the classics, everyone's been playing this character nonstop since the character came out, so no one else has lives. They're just sitting on there playing Aki for 48 hours, which was the maximum time you could play her at that point. But everyone learned everything. How are these people 1-star diamonds? It's ridiculous, dude. What? How's this possible? You have to, and this what for me to be good at this character, I have to play this character for 1 month and not play any other game, and then I'll be good with her. Again, extremism Phil saying, if you want to see high-level play with Aki, it's not going to happen. What's it going to take? A whole month of playing with her, guys. Okay? So that's not going to happen. And you know what burns him most is that he's watching more people play and seeing how good they are and now seeing that he cannot be that good. And that's what this is all about. Let's not get it twisted. He's watched Sir Wong. He's watched Sir... What's the other guy's name?
Sir Snake Eyes.
Sir Eyes. Yeah.
I think you also watched Sir Million.
Sir Million. Oh, yes. You know he watched Sir Million. And everyone's loving it. Every one of them is loving the character, saying she's so cool. You know, they have some gripes or whatever, but they overall are saying it's pretty cool. But who's not doing it? Sir Burnell. That's it. Sir Burnell is the only one that doesn't like it because he has a problem. Sir Dude. Yeah, I think we should go Sir Dude on that one. Sir Dude is better for Mexico.
Sir Dude.
Yeah.
That works great. Cool. It's slight defense of Phil here, but...
Please.
Yeah, just as somebody else who plays fighting games, me and my mate were around last night. We were pissing about on Melty Blood, and it can take you out, especially when fighting games will have like character unique mechanics. It's not always something that happens in every fighting game, but sometimes you get a character and they'll also have like a unique mechanic of their own. Like maybe they're a baseball player and they'll have a mechanic where they have like recharging balls that you can hit and they do more damage with the bat or something like that. So when you have like three, like in Persona, there's like a whole system of like bunts and outs for one of the characters because he's a baseball player. And it happens. So it can take a while, even in the same game, going from character to try them. But if you have a good enough understanding of the fundamentals of the game, you can find it quicker to get into that character. So while like, you know, nobody's like knows how Aki plays until they get to play her because she's a new character. But if you're good enough at Street Fighter 6 that you know enough of the fundamentals, you don't need to worry about wins and losses. You can focus on like playing around with her and seeing what she can do. And that's the issue. Everybody else has a good enough understanding of the fundamentals. Phil is still playing it like it's Super Turbo. So that's why people are eclipsing him quicker.
It just really must be tough to see those people you watch that you want to be associated. You know, I know he doesn't think he's good as Sir Wong or those top guys I know, but he wants to be thought of as a good player at the very least. I'm a good player, guys. Look at me, Master. I've got Master, guys. And Master is not happening with Aki. That is not happening. He got D. What's it called? What's it called? We went down a level, whatever. I believe.
Oh,
right? The end of
demoted.
that? Demoted. Yeah, demoted. I believe so. That's it, man. That was a very fun stream. Aki's dead, unfortunately, but again,
I'm gonna have to give up. That was it. Less than a day after, I've decided I'm kicking ass. That is all. I'm gonna have to give up on Aki. I just can't get her. You know, I just can't get the hang of her. I don't know what.
24 hours. It went from I'm getting my payback. 0-17. 0-17. That's some serious payback.
Jesus, is that what it was?
It started out like that, is what I was told.
Wow, that's bad.
And he, again, like as always, he's made the situation 10 times worse for himself because of that tweet. Fair, like he still would have got shit for it for being bad at the game and raging and whatever on the stream. But you don't need to tweet like some adolescent thing about how you're going to kick ass with this new character. I've decided and all that.
Yeah, I've decided.
What do you think's going to happen, man? You're just tempting fate at that point. It's just
okay. Numbers coming in. Thanks, everybody. So, yeah, Paul Brazel was the one that shared the 0-17 start. The loss streak ended at 0-19, and his final rank of the night, remember, guys, I'm going to kick ass. The final number, 3 wins, 22 losses.
3 wins and 20. Jesus, that's bad.
That is kicking ass.
For somebody who's played Street Fighter for as long as he has.
Mm-hmm.
And like I got Blanca up to master twice, because on 2 different consoles and all for the amount of like importance that he put in all this, and all the times that we had to sit through a fucking segment of the pre-stream podcast where he'd have that fucking thing here, like this corner of all his his wins and loss ratios updated by Game Tracker every fucking day. He should be better than that, even with a new character.
But the thing is, though, he could, if he really cared, though, like he could just be practicing offline. Instead of watching these people at 2:00 in the morning, he could just be having a quick few rounds.
You can't drink, do pulls, and play Super Street Fighter, Sam. That's a lot of things. We can only do 2 of those activities. So,
as I well know,
yeah, absolutely. Big Ups D-Dog says, could you advise me on where I can get a Halloween tree, as we don't have them in Australia? We have those in stores like Dollar Tree, those shitty stores that sell stuff that's really cheap. You can pick those up there.
What the fuck is a Halloween tree?
Halloween's going to another level at the moment. I don't know, man.
Americans do, to be fair. Americans go like all out in Halloween.
Wait, I think this is referencing Phil's background now. Which have you seen the new background?
Oh, this is true.
Right. Oh shit. Right.
That's true. Yeah.
Yes, that's the Halloween tree.
Yeah. That is. Yeah. Just my God.
From memory, though, like just thinking about it, it's a Christmas tree with orange tinsel on, isn't it? Or orange skulls or something.
Yes.
Yeah.
But we don't really. It's not an official thing, by the way. I want to make that very clear. It's not an official thing. That's just a Phil thing. So we don't really have Halloween trees.
Gotcha.
It's
just like cobwebs instead of tinsel or something.
Yeah, Super Scuffers. Remember when we used to learn about Kat, or remember Kat decorating the room, by the way? She used to do that, guys. Or Phil would say she did that. Let's get real.
Yeah.
I'm sure she had nothing to say. What she decides where you're going to put that fucking Wolverine figurine, that's what she decides. So she really decorated it.
I still remember that presumably it was like a pre-stream or something, or like the beginning of a late stream, and he's like, and I came downstairs and I looked around and I'm like, oh, it's a winter wonderland decorated.
Winter wonderland. Oh God, that's meaningful. That's curated decorations for the season. So
I mean, oh God, it's like, I know that you want to big up your wife and what she does and everything, but come on, man, come on.
Cringe.
Yeah.
Kat doesn't give a fuck. Hey, Kat, what do you think about my decorations? She's like, I'm not going the fuck in there. Fuck you. That's what I imagine. Think I'm stepping in there? Look at the floor on that thing. You got fucking mushrooms growing out of the floor. Anyways, Super Scuffer says, it's not you, honey. It's the joystick. Yeah, it's not you, honey. It's the joystick. Yeah, exactly.
It's got a headache and it's cold, so, that's why my moves aren't coming out.
Paradox says, where's Meerkat? Yeah, we are wondering. Get that hashtag going. Where's Meerkat? We want to know. I don't know Better not to be a TBS divorce coin. Good luck for the upcoming surgery, Mr. Dead. Sir Dead.
Thank you.
Good
Thank
luck.
you.
Yes. But definitely, Meerkat's gonna be back. Don't worry. No divorce coin on TBS at all. No way. But okay, guys, I think that's enough of the Aki nonsense, though. Anything else? Memories? His hand is getting numb. I guess he did say that. His hand is starting to get numb, and then afterwards, in the pre-stream, like, look, my hand is still hurting. I mean, I just don't think I can do it, guys. My hand is hurting right here. It's hurting. So careful. Okay. But that's it.
It's all that bone holding he's doing.
The neck crinking.
I did find the Winter Wonderland clip.
Oh yeah,
if you want it, yeah, right.
But yeah, we definitely want it.
I'll stick it in Discord.
I mean, you've got it now.
It's from Aquateal, but there you go. Yeah.
Oh, cool. We're watching another Aquateal clip in a bit as well. Right. Here we go.
Aquateal shill stream. Go watch Aquateal.
I can't wait to see this.
Well, that's the problem with the mass deletion, isn't it? Most of this stuff is gone. So
yeah, that's
from around
true.
like November-ish 2022 to only recently.
Okay, here it is. I hope.
I walk downstairs and I look up and I'm like, oh, honey, so what did you do when I was... And I look, and lo and behold, our home has been transformed into a winter wonderland because Kat decorated the house for Christmas while I was doing the apocalypse stuff. So all the candle stuff and things that we've had from previous years is all set up. Garland and stuff we have up. Little, it's like a reindeer, a cool reindeer standing up and everything. And I'm looking around like, oh, everything looks so nice. But now I got to get, our candles. We have the
Yeah, anyway, whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
So she put up a few candles. And
Yeah,
that was
basically,
And the reindeer. Don't forget the reindeer.
the reindeer. Oh God.
And I like that it took him that second. He looks up and he goes, "So what did you do?" So there's like a period where he didn't notice. Everything's fucking decorated.
Yeah.
So honey, what did you do today? Oh yeah, shit. Wow.
In reality, she probably tracked in some snow from the outside on accident. And Phil thought that was her decoration. Oh shit, you brought in real snow, honey. Whoa, cool. You're doing stuff. That's great. Anyways, that's what
look around, and lo and behold. Fucking Partridge. He's turning into Alan Partridge. I'm starting seeing it more and more. Curation, not creation, is the most Alan Partridge thing he's ever said. And I'm sorry that this is a really British reference, but it's a character that is a spoof of a certain type of person. And Phil is becoming that character. It's just so bad.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
All right, before we get to the clip of the week, which I know we all want to hear, I want to get to the pre-clip before we get to that one, Sam. I have a pre-clip for that one because remember DSP called us all scum and stuff this week. I want to get to that. It's gonna be our finisher. There was another great rant this week that talks about how DSP is not a
sorry, I'm just
please.
Alan Partridge. Ban
everyone. Alan Partridge is great.
Ban.
So we are the bad ones. We are the scum. But before that, Phil did talk about the lolcow movement and how it makes no sense if you apply it to DSP. So lolcow does not make sense when you are talking about DSP. Okay, so let's go further into this. Right, we can debate it later. The question on to decide if someone's a lolcow or not, you might be wondering. Okay, good. I'm going to tell you about it. So, does this person have curated content for a specific audience? Yes or no? If the answer is yes, that means they're not a lolcow. Right. Or are they just pumping out stuff to ride the coattails of viral embarrassment? So those are your two options. If you are riding the coattails of viral embarrassment, you are a lolcow. If you have curated content for a specific audience, you are not. All right? So, while Phil does not agree with this, is there any lolcow that is riding the coattails of viral embarrassment more than DSP out there?
You guys would be able to tell me better, better than I can.
no
I
one
default
is,
to Amber Lynn every time I think of like lolcows that are anywhere near Phil. I default to Amber Lynn, but there's no like it's not comparable in this case. She just doesn't the same way as Phil does, you know.
Phil. Amber Lynn is very Phil. But it's Phil without begging. So Amber Lynn's above DSP in my mind.
Yeah.
Amber Lynn never begs. She just does her videos, and it's you know, she says some crazy stuff, and she's a narcissist. But that's it. You know, Phil. The thing about other lolcows is every lolcow doesn't know why they're a lolcow, and Phil, of course, doesn't know himself. Yep. He thinks it's because of his past sins, right? His past sins are why he's a lolcow.
That's what he says. Yeah,
yes.
But yeah, whether he believes that or not, I don't know.
So, so what Phil says is that he's not a lolcow because he's curated certain content for a specific audience. All right, he has curated content for a specific audience. All right. So Sam, if you don't mind, we have created some curated content for you guys today. I thought it'd be fun to share that with you guys out there because we also want to curate content. We want to be meaningful. So here's some curated content from us for you to enjoy. We'll try to be quiet during it because it's very meaningful. Go ahead, Sam, please, if you don't mind.
Okay.
Excuse me. Ooh. All right.
Hope you got enough meaning out of that. That was our curated content segment. We are done curating content. We're going to keep moving on positively.
But
you
no idea how carefully we curated that.
Yeah, that took a long time. All right, so just hope you understand that. If we were after a buck, guys, we would have had thumbnails like everyone else has. Okay. We would have done that. We would have had stupid faces on our thumbnails and stuff. We don't do that, okay? We don't do that. We've had opportunities laid out in front of us like all other YouTubers, right? We could have been shilling stuff, but we don't. Actually, that's not true. We would love to. But Phil was saying this, literally said, if I was after a buck, I would have had thumbnails like everyone else. Newsflash, you do now. It's just 10 years too late. Mm-hmm. Why do you point out this point when you do it? If I was after a buck, I would have thumbnails like everyone else has. You have that. What? Yeah. You have that. Okay? And you just have it 10 years later than everyone else did.
Only for games and the React, though. For like everything else, he's like, whatever YouTube defaults to, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, but let's not pretend he doesn't have that. Next, he said the next slide we got to unpack here is I've had all the opportunities laid out in front of me like all other YouTubers. I turned it all down. Do I need to say anything? He's had a few that he has accepted straight up. Spawn seats, loot crate, ring a bell.
Everything in that brand dude video, yeah.
Everything. And also, he has not had the same opportunities laid out in front of him like other YouTubers because he can't, because of the stuff he said in the past. So yes, that is associated with his past failures, his past sins. But let's not lie about that. He also said this, I want to be rewarded for the work that I do. Shilling, not work. Begging, work. You got it? Making sense, everybody? Just want to keep you up to date on this. This is going to take a while to get through, okay? Begging, work. Shilling, not work. So when Justin Wong plays Aki all night and has a Hello Fresh whatever image on his screen, making more money than Phil could ever make with his begging, I think he says a word about it in the beginning and a word about it at the end. There's a link to the description. That is not what Phil wants to do. He doesn't want to be rewarded for that. He wants to be rewarded for the work that he does. So let's talk about what's the difference there. The begging, right? So he wants to be rewarded for the begging rather than the shilling. Sound good? Sound good so far? We're good? We're good so far?
Sounds good to me.
Next. Another great point Phil brought in. I want to be, I already said that part. I love what I do because I have a meaningful audience. What the fuck does that mean? I have a
I'm
meaningful
glad you
audience.
picked that up as well. Yeah, because I felt like that kind of went by the wayside. The fact that he was going on about meaningful content, and then suddenly he's got a meaningful audience as well. That I was just like, what?
Meaningful is all over the place. We got a meaningful audience. We got meaningful content. We got meaningful curation. We got meaningful Winter Wonderland. It's meaning all over the place, man. There's
I
so
wonder
much
if he said
meaningful.
that at the time to Kat, or if he says it at other points. He's like, oh, this is meaningful, Kat. I'm really proud of you.
This is meaningful. Oh, yeah. And Derek is meaningful now. That's confirmed. Thank you, Baby Man Gaming.
Oh, no.
Derek is very meaningful.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Tommy 10-inch, you're very meaningful. You're the time you did doggy style in that car with pissing Paula. That was very meaningful. Thank you. That is meaningful. Thank you,
Reverse
Derek.
cowgirl is my favorite position because it's very meaningful.
Thank you, Derek. That is meaningful. Thank you. Thank you so much for that.
Oh my god! Anybody who's been like that far into my video knows there's a point near the end where I'm like, Steve, put a pin in this. We need to talk about meaningful. I'm fucking dreading this now. It's getting out of hand. It's like, how desperate are you where you have to like just grab and hold on to these things so much? There must be so little else that he can like call on to make himself feel better. You know, everybody has something in their life when they're feeling a bit shit that they can look at and think, you know, it's not too bad. I have something here. You know, I have friends, I have family. You know, I have all these things that I like doing. I have things that I like making and ways I like spending. You know, you can always find meaning in your life, and if you're having to claw that desperately to it, though, there must be very little of it around.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's got absolutely no pride in what he does. He clearly doesn't like what he's doing, yet he will not stop talking about how much he loves it, how much his fans love it, how meaningful it all is, whatever the fuck that means, because we still don't know. He just keeps repeating the word to the point where now in like everyday life, I've forgotten what it means. Like, you know.
Yeah, meaningful is now the new robust, I feel. I think it's turned into that level, right? We have robust and now we have meaningful because it has no meaning anymore. I can't say it without thinking about it now. If I say meaningful for whatever reason, I'm like, nope, I can't say it anymore without thinking about stupid DSP's bullshit. Just like robust. You can't say robust anymore without thinking about it. Now it's meaningful. We're there now. All right, I'm making that rule. So not close to done with the wildness of this one. And we got to debunk a lot of this stuff. So he loves what he does because he has a meaningful audience. Cool. He has a meaningful audience. I don't have to do things I don't like to make a living. I'll repeat that again. I don't have to do things I don't like to make a living. So then, fellow viewers, does that mean he enjoys the begging and wants to continue doing that? Is that something that he doesn't mind doing then, right? Because, again, I'll read it again for you. I don't have to do things I don't like to make a living. Okay?
When he frequently says as well, I don't like having to ask for money. Like, that's been a thing for sure.
I don't want to take anything out of context here. I'm saying it all.
Surely.
Yep.
I think he tried to give that impression on side scrollers that he's just in this. He doesn't want to be here. You know, if he could go a day without having to ask for money, that would be great, and he would love to do that. But unfortunately, that's not the reality of the situation. But also on side scrollers, he was asked to give a definition of meaningful, and he couldn't really. I think the most that you could sum up DSP's like definition of it is somebody once watched my content and said that they felt better.
Yeah,
therefore it's meaningful. That's it.
He got an email.
That's all it is. The only thing he brings up is the fact that on a day-to-day basis, people are telling me that they love this, and if it's helped them is one that he keeps saying. But how much of that, if it's even happening, is coming from LARPers and people taking the piss?
Most
just there's got to be plenty of people just emailing him. Oh, do you know what? Fuck it. I've got 5 minutes. I'm just going to send DSP an email. We all know what his email address is. Here we go. I loved back in the day when you played Heavy Rain. It was really, really funny. when you said that racist word. You know, it's just...
Yeah, exactly. If you're gonna make a LARPing email, of course you would say like, you saved my life when I was 17. I was going to shoot myself. I had the shotgun in my mind, but then I opened up your Heavy Rain playthrough and then turned, I would say stupid shit like that. You'd be saying stupid as possible. Like I was literally going to jump off a bridge, but then I saw your pizza party last year, and it really made me reconsider. You'd be saying shit like that. Yeah.
I had the worst day of my life. I lost my job, my wife left me, my dog died, the bank foreclosed on my house. I was ready to end it all, and then I saw you tell that person who was correcting you about your mini PC to suck the turds out of your ass, and now suddenly life is great again. Here's $50.
When I heard you say Charlie Chang, Chicky Chicky Charlie Chang, you really changed my life.
You're right. More people in my life do need to get fucked.
The fighting fee saved me. Yeah. Dude, I know it's never gonna happen, but let's pretend Phil had went to a convention, let's say he did a panel. Like we got to get those signs ready like that. Like your fighting fee saved me. Your squirting of Jasper saves my life. Fuck blood tests. The signs. Ant poison is not sweet. Cats hate it. I agree, Phil. God damn it. That'd be awesome. But anyways, let's move ahead positively. Phil also said, I try to avoid drama.
We've got a fucking great way of finding him, hasn't it?
Yeah. I try to avoid drama. I want to remind you, the LTG shit was less than 3 months ago. LTG said nothing about DSP until DSP brought it up and started, hey, I guess you're my bitch forever, right? All right, that's avoiding drama.
Yeah, that's a perfect example, actually. Yeah, he tried to, critique LTG just out of nowhere, having watched one bit of gameplay or something, whatever it was. LTG spent probably 10 minutes just giving him the usual, and then what came out of that was nothing but drama. It was just an endless just spewing of DSP-isms. It was
fucking good
drama.
sign. The signs are continuing here. Me love this. That's a good sign. Now I always pour grease in my toilet. Thanks, DSP. That's a good sign.
You're right. 6 million is an odd number.
Yeah. Oh my God, that'd be a funny competition. All right, we got too many competitions. Anyways, he also calls out Dr. Disrespect for being an asshole. Dr. Disrespect is wearing costumes, trying to be impressionable to children with his funny mustache and stuff. Okay. Sir Vest hat and
you can vote the wacky hair hat. Do you want that one? Do you want the pilot hat?
Extremely different.
Cowboy,
extremely different. Yeah, much
fedora.
Different. Please stop. It's much different.
But it's like his entire view of YouTube is Dr. Disrespect and Ninja, and that's it.
Yep.
Or, and
PewDiePie and
the real big, Moist Critical, and that's very much it for Phil. It's there is an endless amount of anything you can think of on YouTube. It's not in these tiny little boxes that you think of it as. There's room for a lot on YouTube, and you don't fill any of it. You're just this weird little anomaly.
Yeah, Phil thinks only the big people matter. There's no one else that matters in the world, and he was like that in the fighting game community too. As we saw last night, the quick thing from the Density Scrolls, we have now proof from multiple people that Phil was a complete asshole in live tournaments if he didn't know your name. So if he didn't know who you were, you said GGs to him, Phil walked the fuck away. 2 different people said that. Is there any more of an asshole you could be in fighting game tournament than that?
After the game, turned around to offer him a handshake and say good game, and he got up and walked away. And it's normally he would win as well. He'd either win or lose, but either way, he wouldn't acknowledge the other person playing, and that's just so insulting. As a fighting game player, you don't do that. Even if you win or lose, you've had a good match with that other person. Good match, mate. Shake their hands. It's what you do.
So we have heard stories. Yeah,
gloves at the start of a boxing match. It's like a recognition of respect, or bowing before like judo or karate. It's what you do.
It's something respect. You do, even if you don't feel it, you still do it. And here's the thing: I was looking because we have had stories of people saying he wasn't. He's kind of quiet at events and stuff, and not really does anything. But here's the difference I found. Those are all recollections from big players, right? So, yeah, Phil's going to say GG's to those guys. Hey, Shady K, great game. Hey, Sir Wong, great game. He's going to say it to them. But if he doesn't know your name, get fucked. GG's? What the fuck is you? Who the fuck are you? He didn't say that. He just walked away.
Stuff to do.
Same thing. Yeah.
Gotta go get donuts.
Bye. Anyways, let's keep going. Phil said, I'm not doing lolcow shit. Like, I'm not doing lolcow shit. So he really is trying. Like, I think he has to know this, but you guys tell me. Does he really think he's not doing lolcow shit, or is he trying to say this so much that he's trying to make us not think about the begging, right? Make his audience forget about the begging aspect, because the begging is why he's the biggest lolcow, right? Like, that's it. That is the key. Of course, there's all this periphery, but in the end, the begging is what makes him a lolcow still in 2023.
Yeah.
Like, if he stopped doing that, it would be less lolcowish, right? He certainly would be less lolcowish. So, is he doing that to help his audience believe that, or is he in denial himself? What do you think? I'll go to Steve first on this.
I genuinely think he's in denial. I genuinely think he doesn't see how the begging makes him what he is and why he's considered. Because even if he took away the begging and what made him a lolcow, he'd say stupid shit. But he wouldn't be as much of a lolcow. He'd still be like, he'd be a dickhead, or he'd have like pops at people every now and then, or he'd watch something on a React and come up with a stupid take. But it wouldn't be as consistent or as interesting as what it is now. It's the begging that makes it. It's all this sort of like drama around that whole thing of begging. It's every way he tries to avoid it. You like it, you support it. I'm supported by people. I'm an independent, guy. I don't shit. All that stuff, everything. The hat goal, the tip goals, all that stuff. The subs goal, everything. Take all that away. Not interesting. He's just some guy who's a bit thick. But with all that, it becomes DSP. So it is that, and I think he's in denial about it. That's why he tried to redefine it. That's why he's been dropping a few definitions recently, so he can redefine these things so they fit into what his idea of these things should be. He's not a lolcow, because if you redefine lolcow to exclude the things that make him a lolcow, he's not a lolcow.
The problem is that he doesn't understand, or that he just won't admit to his audience, is that you don't choose this. You don't say, I'm not a lolcow, and it goes away or whatever. Like, surely that's one of the biggest reasons you are a lolcow, is like the denial, and the fact that you don't know all this stuff's going on around you, sort of thing. Like, I feel like this is what Meerkat would be saying as well right now, is just, like, lolcows aren't, they haven't chosen this. They're just these idiots on the internet that have got this huge group of people picking up on this stuff, and they just don't understand what it is that's got them there. So
he said the majority of people that don't like me don't know why they don't like me.
I know. The great thing about DSP as well is that there's a lot of reasons why, like, you can be a detractor for God knows how many different reasons now. Like, a lot of people, will focus on the begging, but me, for instance, like, I look at him from like this technical point of view, where like his streams are just god awful, and things like that. It's like there's probably a billion other things you could think of,
It's the what I wanted, like, for me. His baseline, his most important lolcow feature, though, is begging. And he just pretends that doesn't exist when he goes on these kind of rants. Like, I don't know why they still think I'm a lolcow. I haven't done that stupid shit in years. Like, okay, fair enough point. But you still are begging your audience relentlessly and reminding them how important it is that you get their money on a daily basis. No one else is doing that. That kind of makes you different than everyone else. And that's why you're a lolcow. In addition to all the other stuff, I know, but pretend that we throw all that away. Let's say Chicky Chang Wang never happened, and we didn't say slave trade joke, which happened last year. We never said, look at this black woman coming. All that shit is gone all the way. At the base of all of it is begging. Okay? That is the base. That is why people care about you still, is because of the begging. So, all this stuff he's adding, these words about meaningful stuff, it's all still, that's always there. That baseline of, I have to beg. I am Phil Burnell and I must beg. Because that's it. I hope he can make up for a slow day yesterday. I hope he hit the goal today. Guys, not gonna be honest, slow stream earlier today. No one else on the internet does that. And when they do rarely, it's a big fucking deal, right?
Yeah.
It's a big fucking deal when people talk like that. I don't know if you saw that one new guy that someone tweeted. I put on Twitter. There's a new guy that was saying, like, if you don't want the ads to happen, guys, you might want to, support. And that was like a one-time thing. And it blew up because that is insane behavior.
Yeah. It's true, to be fair. Yeah, what you're saying, like the everything, it all goes back to begging. To be fair, yeah, like with me, yeah, I'm focusing on the technical aspects, but I'm focusing on them because he's asking for how much, like, for this shit that he's pumping out. Yeah, so yeah, it's true.
Like there's 1,000 people that stream shittier than Phil. They do exist, but we just don't care because it's not interesting because he's not doing insane shit all the time like Phil is daily, right? Like it just. You can't stop watching because let's see how disgusting the next bag is, right? That is why you are a lolcow still, Phil, no matter how much you think you changed. But as we know, you didn't change, but you changed how you word things, I guess. You don't outwardly say racist things, but you kind of do, but you're trying not to, I guess. Phil gets into my favorite part about the Density Scroll is that we are learning how much people didn't like him way before I ever thought. So some of you out there might believe Phil and said, this is how you don't plays are the reason that everyone didn't like Phil. And Phil, again, reiterated this point. It's fun to get people virally popular, he said, right? So when I just started on YouTube, I was virally popular. And everyone loved me. It was great. Everyone loved me. If you watched Density Scrolls yesterday, you know not everyone loved him. But we're going to move past that. We'll pretend it's true. And you know what happens to virally popular people? It's just as much fun to tear them down. And that is true, okay? I'm going to admit that. I think it is true. People do enjoy people falling down. But Phil is falling down for on his own merits, right? It's not like everyone decided, oh, Evil AJ made this so you don't play? Well, Phil sucks now. That is a storyline he's trying to push so fucking hard that I hope no one ever believes, because it's one of the most biggest lies he says is that people stop liking me because this is how you don't play. People didn't like him in 2006. 2007, everyone shit on him. 2008, this is from his fighting game community brothers, even though they don't treat him like that.
We watched a clip of one of the earliest detractors. Was it Darkside Jeff? I think.
Yeah.
One of the very earliest detractors, and even he put comments in his videos from people criticizing Phil. So they were there right at the start of his YouTube career. They were there. And they were, they just wasn't like detractors as a circle, as a society, as a group, a community. But people didn't like Phil right at the start. It wasn't everybody loved him and then Evil AJ came and with one video turned everybody against him. It was always there fermenting under the surface.
And you know what it was? Like the people that are not interested in Phil's content, like they just got more and more. Like it was a slower gain of those people. But then it reached that point, and this is how you don't play helped it, I'm sure. Got, holy shit, man. Like, how could you enjoy this? What the fuck is this? Like, and then that's how Detractor really built, I think. It was based on this how you don't play, but just more people seeing how fucked up Phil content and attitude is. And then it got to be this thing where, like, it's just more people that understand how shitty he is than people that loved him, right? Like, that's the only thing that changed is, like, the scales tipped, right? And then it's like, okay, well, this guy's clearly an asshole. And as we saw last night, people knew that if you're a Phil fan, you're a fucking idiot. Everyone thought that in 2010. It's like, if you're laughing at this stuff, you have problems. People said that. Like, and then someone said a great comment, like, Phil attracted people like Phil, right? Phil attracted fans like Phil. And I think that is so fucking true. It's like you attracted douchebags that think shit like that was funny. And if you're younger and stuff, yeah, it's funny. I know, like, when you're younger, shit jokes are funny and stuff, but, like, that's a long time ago, But, I don't know. It was a really crazy rant. And fans, thanks, Logan. Fans see themselves in Phil. I really think that is true for a lot of them.
He convinces them to as well. There'll also be people who've probably not had the best experiences going through life for whatever reason. There's a physical or mental disability there that sort of like prevents them from having a normal social life like everybody else. And so Phil depends on that That's part of what he's looking for. So he attracts people like that because then he can convince them, hey, I'm just like you. I'm also getting shit from other people. Other people don't like me. You know, I've got very few friends because all these people have been turned against me. We can come together and, you know, rally around this symbol and, you know, the vest. Let's, you know, as a symbol of like our victory against the haters and all that shit. So he needs those sort of people. But the problem there is that obviously those people are vulnerable to people like Phil. So, yeah. But that's come on since at the start, back in the day, when there was less of a detractor movement as a whole.
Yeah. Yeah.
But still detractors. That was a bit more fair because you're talking about a time when you could still be a character on YouTube and it was like, that was the thing. So.
I was going to say, like, there was, I think everyone that was doing gameplay, or certainly most people, were trying to emulate the angry video game.
Yeah.
Like even LGR, like, was leaning that way, and he's like the most chill, like he's almost like ASMR to listen to him. But at the start, you know, he was trying to do that, but that's what Phil didn't do. You know, he didn't adapt, he didn't evolve. Well, I mean, maybe he did slightly, but it took him like 10 years instead of like a couple of months to go, oh shit, no, this isn't working anymore. Let's try something else.
Adopt direct capture.
Yeah, well, that was 5 years. So
yeah, 5 years after that. People in 2010, by the way, were fucking on Phil for not having direct capture.
2010. 2010. Yeah.
Big ups to Bob, says Derek sees himself inside Phil. Yes, that is true. Had to point it out. Sorry about that. Sorry, everybody. I apologize. Anyway, so just to finish up this before we get to the main event, the vast majority of people who don't like me don't even know why they don't like me. Okay. Yes, they haven't
seen the length of my videos, Phil. I am fully aware of why I don't like you. I explicitly lay it out in detail why I don't like you. We all know why we don't like. We all come for different reasons. That's the thing. You might not like him for one thing. I might not like him for another. They'd be completely different things. But the point is, Phil, we all don't like you. Just because we all have different reasons doesn't mean we don't know. We're not all like one collective mind that has one reason. And if you dealt with that reason, we would go away. It's like if you dealt with the begging, it wouldn't like automatically take care of like how we think about you treating Jasper. You know,
how you treat
there's
Cat.
Plenty of reasons how you treat Cat, yeah. Or like how you just like are to your audience in general. You might not beg, but you're still an asshole when they okay, right, this person's been an idiot in chat, so I'm just going to ban him. You know, that's still a thing. So there's lots of reasons why. We all know, we just have different reasons. There's not one unified voice. That's his issue.
Yeah.
I was going to quickly say, like, the difference between also with Phil and like LGR or whoever stopped doing that was that just Phil is just, like I've said before, he's just not a very nice person. He's just a miserable twat. Whereas these other people, they are very much playing a character and trying something to make it on YouTube. Whereas he's just, that's what he is like. You know, he was doing the unlikable, like, the awful jokes and all that stuff. That's just his personality, and he's just reined it in, and now all he is just this ball of like misery. Like there's just no levity or anything. He's just like a miserable shell of a person.
Oof, that's cutting. And there's no fucking joy at all unless there's money, right? Unless there is money, unless he has the money buff, there is no joy.
Yeah, that first stream after he had that run of bad nights or bad days or whatever it was, it was like someone flicked a switch and he was clowning around, and you know,
I love this. You guys love this.
Oh yeah, when it switched after we had like what $7 was like the lowest, and then the next day it was like 170 or something, 200 or something. So yeah, completely different people.
And Phil also, we got to finish this up. I want to get to the next rant, the next crazy, insane rant. He said that, does the bandwagon of hate need to continue endlessly? I mean, come on. It stops when you stop, brother. That's it. I mean, he's like, does the bandwagon of hate need to continue endlessly? Yes, because as long as you continue the same behavior, people are going to talk about it. All right? I mean, it's as simple as that. I don't get that. Also, he said this very funny line: the day when I come to the stream and no one positive is here, I will retire.
I've got that clip if you want to hear it.
Oh, please. Go.
That's this one, I think.
You know, the day that I come to stream and I see absolutely no one who's being positive and no one who seems to be getting anything, good out of what I'm doing is the day I retire. All right? I'm going to make that commitment to you right now. All right? I'm going to put my hand up, and I swear to you right now that the day when I come to a stream and I turn on this stream and no one positive is here saying this is meaningful, this is fun, I love your content, whether it's something I like to listen to every day because I like to listen to news stories or what's going on with you, or I like having a fun conversation with you on a live stream, I learned if this game was worth my time, all the things that I do. The day when that goes away and tell me that's no meaning to what I do, I will retire. I commit that right now because that's all I care about. It's not about paying the bills for me. It's about meaning.
It's about meaning. So keep sending him those emails, guys. Keep getting him. Keep sending him because that's all he cares about.
Here's the finish line. I wanted to make sure. So Phil doesn't want to retire, right, guys? So I really recommend instead of sending Phil money, send him emails. Okay, send emails about how much meaning he is because he doesn't need the money. He wants meaning. Okay, guys. Mm-hmm. So that's what you need to do. So obviously, troll tips are dumb, guys. Troll tips are amazingly dumb. But what's not wrong is troll meaning. Okay, so please send meaningful emails. He'll love that. That's all he needs. Don't worry about money anymore. Just send that meaning. Send that meaning, guys. Send it in. Signed, sealed, delivered. Meaning. That's what he needs. No money.
There's a lot of qualifiers in there, weren't there? As well, the day that I come onto stream and I find that nobody's, being genuinely positive in chat or having meaning and all this stuff. And they're very subjective things. How do you define positive, Phil? How do you define meaning? How is it? How is it that you can say that person is behaving positively and that person isn't? What's the distinguishing characteristic between the two? Because I see nobody. All you need is one person there to go, I'm really enjoying this, Phil, thanks. And that's it. You can carry on doing it for the rest of your life. So define those things.
I'm just kidding, by the way. Don't send actual meaning. I'm just joking.
Yeah.
Not a joke. Don't send meaning.
Well,
anyways,
it's bollocks anyway, because the day, give him like a day or two of low tips and watch him change his tune significantly, as we've seen in the last few weeks.
We're 2 slow days away from Code Black telling everybody, guys, gonna be honest, all right, is that meaningful too? Is that the curated part? I'm waiting for the curated part. Does that count in the curated part? Because I mean,
it must be the way he tells it, maybe. Just something about it, talking about how like he's concerned and noticing patterns and all that kind of stuff, tipping in the wrong way and all that kind of stuff.
Tipping the wrong way. Don't tip the wrong way, motherfuckers. All right, quick machine gun style finish. He also said, I don't harm anyone with the content I put out. I don't harm anyone with the content I put out. Was it 2 weeks ago? He encouraged a depressed viewer to kill themselves, and then also said no one would miss them once they did that. Okay, so just pointing out some things here.
Yep.
Also, he said, I don't dress up in a mustache and fake sunglasses. I don't dress up in a mustache and fake sunglasses. I'm better than Dr. Disrespect.
What are gunners?
Okay, let's talk about this.
They're
Let's talk about this
legitimate gamer glasses. They're not.
$50 we get glasses.
Did they help him see the 60 frames better?
Yeah.
$150 we get a vest. So you tell me the difference there. I want to know the curated difference of that. Seriously, I want to be interested in that. Go ahead, Sam.
Yeah. Also, I think when he said that about like I don't do X for whatever it was, talking about Dr. Disrespect and all that. No, sorry, got that wrong. When he said like I don't bring people down, was just after he'd said something about Dr. Disrespect and Ninja and all that. So it's like,
he brings people down. Says I don't bring people down. Okay. Sound good? He also said, I never have to embarrass myself. Of course, making fun of Review Tech for all the stuff.
Yes.
But okay, you could debate on this is embarrassing yourself or not, but this is coming from the gentleman that the same night had temper tantrum, slamming his controller, told us that his wife said, don't get pissed that much because it's, it's embarrassing, dude. But he doesn't embarrass himself on stream at all. Nothing. Sound good?
I can't imagine it. I can't imagine being married and going to say, all right, I've got to play games for, you do whatever, you're doing your hobby, so I'm going to go upstairs and play a few fighting games. And my wife turning to me and going, don't get too mad. I can't imagine how bad my behavior must have been to get to that point. And if it ever did, I would be so fucking ashamed of myself. I would immediately seek therapy and be like, look, there's a problem here that I need to work out, because that is just not right. I can't. It's like what you say to your kids when they're going out in playing in the street. You know, don't go too far. Don't play over there. Don't be fighting. Don't be fighting. You know, it's so fucking sad.
He said again, the last point here, he said, at least I don't dress up and scream at the camera. At least I don't dress up and scream at the camera. That's all I need to say. At least he doesn't do that, guys. Okay? At least he doesn't dress up and scream at the camera.
I mean...
Sound good?
He's doing it ironically, maybe. I mean, that's what he's thinking.
Right. Okay, let's get to that last clip. We've been waiting to play. It's only a minute long. I'm sure we'll have a lot to say about that. So go ahead, Sam, please.
Here it is.
This is the give the full talk up. Who is it from and everything?
Well, I mean, this is Aquateal's clip, which probably means there's going to be little sound effects and stuff in it. But yeah, this is his. The title on the screen is "Detractors are Scum," and DSP's content is better than ours.
Fuck.
By the way, this is absolutely hilarious. I'm just going to say this. My trolls on the internet hate the fact that I say that my content is meaningful. Do you want to know why they hate that? Because they can't possibly believe that the thing that I do on the internet that they most hate, because they are losers in life, is actually meaningful to some people. They can't stand it. I make meaningful content. I actually design my content to be meaningful for my audience. That's why I call it curated content. That's why I don't put out fluff garbage content. Deal with it, motherfuckers. You're all losers. Every one of you out there that feels, you feel like pain when I say meaningful content. That's why I'm different from you. Because I actually do positive things that mean something to someone, while all you do is shit on the internet. You are scum, and my content's better than yours. Oh well.
Where'd you begin with that?
Oh man.
I mean,
oh well. I gotta get that. Oh well, and something.
Yeah.
Oh well.
I do on some level feel
Yes,
slightly like personally offended by every time he goes, your life is meaningless and you're a loser in life and you'll never achieve anything and all that stuff. And because like after my back went and I left my job, I went back into education and got my degree in forensic psychology. So I've done something with my life. I feel like I've done something. So for him to say that about me, I just feel that's a bit it's just insulting. Like how very dare you? You know fucking nothing about me. You won't even mention us on your stream because you're so scared of engaging with the points that we raise that you have a fucking meltdown about like, listen, stop talking to the detractors. Stop listening to their baloney. Stop believing their bullshit. Stop watching their stuff. It's like if you are that scared of us, you have no right to fucking criticize what we're doing. If you're that terrified of why wouldn't you, Phil? If we're such losers, why wouldn't you look at us and laugh? Why wouldn't you be highlighting how bad we are? Why wouldn't you be showing how bad detractors are to your audience? Instead, you showed a pot noodle spoof that most of your audience thought was funny and had a meltdown about that. And I would also like to point out, just because I brought up the React stream then, last week on his React stream, he didn't turn shuffle on. So all his videos just played in playlist order.
Yeah.
When he points out that, it's all random, it's all YouTube's thing, you can't blame me. If you've submitted a video and it don't get played, it's all random. No, it's shuffle. It just played through them all in order. Carefully curated. He cares about this. He wants it to be meaningful. That's how he can keep putting them out.
I think the word in there that's the highlight for me is the word designed, because that is the biggest piss take in history for me. That the fact that anything that he does is designed. When the most effort he goes to is changing the dollar store shit behind him, that's it. That's the design of his stream. Everything else is given to him by someone that likely has no idea what they're doing. Hence we get those awful overlay things that sometimes you can't even see on the screen, and design.
That's okay. On that point, that's my take is on that too. So let's talk about how he designs his content. Okay. So games to play. That's all a poll. All right. I don't choose that. That's a fucking poll.
There you go.
All the how about the unrecorded bags that the fans that are live get to watch, but the YouTube audience doesn't get to get? So is that designed in a way to tell your live audience about how much you need money, but the YouTube audience, they don't need that information? Is that also part of the design? I'm just not sure how the design works here. Also, I'd like to know about how the
I think we need to curate your new mic arm.
That's true. I need to fucking tighten this shit up. It's fucking me up. Anyways, this is designed to be loose. That's why I did that. Curated to be loose. I would like to also know about the design content that he gets into when watching older videos of himself, and he talks about how that was not meaningful. But it's not meaningful then. But it was meaningful then, but it's not meaningful now. He's a different man now. So all those past things are bullshit too. Is that also designed? Here's another thing I want to know of design. Is it designed to bring up your wife in situation doesn't have to be brought into, just to shit on her and make fun of her? Is that part of the design too? Is it designed to say that she breaks everything around your house when maybe she's not even there anymore? Yeah. Is it also designed to tell us about how you don't give your cat blood work when he deserves it, but you can also buy a $300 controller that you break when you play fighting games because you get too pissed like a man baby? Is that designed? I just want to know what's designed here. How much design went into that, okay? That's all I want to know, is how much the design comes in. Sam, could you please play the first, skip past the sound effects. I want to hear the first 30 seconds again real quick. Okay, yeah. Yeah, because I want to put one more point.
There it is.
By the way, this is absolutely hilarious. I'm just going to say this. My trolls on the internet hate the fact that I say that my content is meaningful. Do you want to know why they hate that? Because they can't possibly believe that the thing that I do on the internet that they most hate, because they are losers in life, is actually meaningful to some people.
All right, pause real quick. So, again, he says that we hate when he says it because what he is doing is meaningful.
Yeah, and we can't stand that because we
can't stand it. Yeah. No, none of us hate when you say it. We just laugh at it because what is meaningful about it, brother? You tell us. How is this designed? You have, punch out picture behind you. We got Ninja Gaiden for no reason, chilling there. You tell us what's meaningful here, right? Is it meaningful when you call your audience assholes and ban 14 of them there, or do you, you tell us what's meaningful? That's all we want to know. That's all we want to know. And I don't want to hear about emails you get, right? I want to hear about what's meaningful from your idea, all right? You tell us what's meaningful, because what's meaningful to me is how much you beg for money and call your audience assholes. That's extremely meaningful to me. That is the meaningful part to me.
I just want a fucking definition of meaningful. I'm fed up with you misusing words and not being able to get them right. I want you to actually explain what your definition of meaningful is. Because, you keep using that word. I don't think you understand what it means.
Was it thank you, Miss Kitty. Was it designed for you to say you don't want to buy lunch meat sandwiches the following day when you asked for money that time? Was that also designed? Did you choose lunch meat sandwiches very carefully? Did you choose your words carefully that time?
Yeah.
When you said slave trade, did you design that joke because she was black and that would make it more meaningful? There's some questions I would love to get answered.
No, it was carefully designed to not be racist. You just assumed it was.
Yeah, he didn't see that she was a black girl. He wasn't thinking about that. That's us being racist, remember?
Is the complaining about people depression also designed to support your audience and make it more meaningful when you say about depression and can therefore make fun of people with depression or compare it to getting master on a video game?
Which part of buying a joystick without saving up for it first, assuming that your audience is going to pay for it, was designed? Which part of that was designed? Which part of buying a game you've been playing for like 2 or 3 months again was designed? Which part of going, I'm going to do this for a wider player base on Mortal Kombat and then dropping Mortal Kombat within a month was designed? At the expense of your fucking cat's health. Sorry.
How about when you say mentally ill, mouth drooling retard? Oh, not the retards part, but you just say mentally ill people with mouth droolers. Is that also meaningful? That's a meaningful thing there.
Yeah. I think if he ever sat and actually tried to dedicate a part of his stream to like defining meaningful, I think it would probably start with this.
When I started working for the helicopter company, helicopter support, okay, for many, many, many years, that helicopter company had been an independent company, and they were doing very well in the aviation industry as an independent.
Anyway, that's all part of a longer thing that we're probably not going to get to now. But there's a whole helicopter thing that he went on.
But anyways, this was very funny. And again, the bottom line is to any flying monkey, just want to know what's meaningful. And remember, it's not your lock. All the shit in the past, you can say it's gone. That's fine. But what about the begging? That's what makes you a low count 2023 more than anything else. The fucking the incidents many years ago, yeah, people still make fun of that, but it's the begging. That's it. That's what makes you a low cal. Worse than Wings of Redemption, worse than LTG in my mind, is that you just beg relentlessly to fans that might not be the smartest lot in the world.
Can you imagine coming up like he's had that visit to the vets? It's all gone down. He's on his way home. He's not opened the piece of paper yet, and he's thinking, "My audience is going to find this meaningful."
Like,
just imagine
if you find that meaningful, you got problems right there. Oh god! All right, real quick, I got to read some super chats. We got to get out of here. We got to read the chats here. Let's see if we have. Ever since, could you advise? I read that. This is late. But I imagine when Kat yelled at DSP, he had his hands behind his back and said, "It was my depression."
Yeah, it's my. Hit me if you want to, honey. Okay, hit me if you want to. All right.
All right. Reno, that was Brotherhood of Steel Man, by the way. Because Brotherhood of Steel Man. Reno Ryan says, "Wait a minute! I knew I saw ALT from somewhere before. He was one of the old men actors in that silent film where they go to the moon." Absolutely. True.
Hey, very well done. Good reference.
Kevin says, "Oh, ha!" Exactly. Thanks so much for that, and everybody, thanks so much for the legendary super chats in the house here. Sam, I think we have time to play that clip if you want to. The Sikorsky methods. I do have the Sikorsky hat on.
What, the whole helicopter thing? Because we have other things as well that I've clipped.
Yeah, let's do that. You handle the last 10 minutes of the show. Go ahead. You're the
there was a theme, wasn't there?
Yeah, there was a theme. How about the theme?
There's that to come as well in the last 10 minutes here. Yeah, but I feel like we need to hear the curated, not created thing.
Yes, please.
That needs to be done this week. So. Yeah, here we go. I'll play the long version. Here it is.
That's why I'm a content curator. I'm not a content creator. A content creator is someone who just shovels shit out. A content curator is someone who makes specified content that's meaningful to their specific audience and don't care about mainstream popularity. That's me to a T. That's the definition of who I am. Right. All right? That's what I stand for. Curation, not creation. All right, that's my new slogan. Curation, not creation. There you go.
I feel like
what's the greatest nation? What's the greatest nation? Donation. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah. I feel like Dick Stroke and Phil Vlogs is going to have a field day with this if they haven't already. Like, I feel like you can cut that and say, like, my content is for people who don't care, or something like that.
Yeah.
I feel like it shows how fucking delusional he is that he essentially read the definition of like a social media manager. Somebody who's put in charge of like a company's Twitter and their website and their the LinkedIn and the Facebook. So they're the ones who do all the posts, do all the memes and everything. I think he read the description of that. Or like it makes it sound like he works for a fucking art gallery or something.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of thinking that's not me, he was like, yeah, that's me. Because it's like, how are you not a creator? You create. You make videos and then upload them. You create them. If you were curating the content, it won't be DSP versus the internet. You would be picking the videos you wanted to show to people. You don't do that. You just play games and they have to do all the work for you. They have to be polled for what games are coming up. They have to be the ones that submit the videos. You don't curate. You create.
That is so true, actually. Like, thinking about it, he's the very opposite of curation because everything, like you said earlier, everything's polled. Like the games he's going to be playing, like he's not cherry picking things and going, oh yes, that will be great for my stream. There's none of that. Like the only time he arguably does that is when he's reading Twitter and going, yeah, I'll use that. I'm gonna talk about that for a little bit. But other than that, really, it's all sort of like either a new game or his fans have told him they want to play it. They want him to play it, So yeah, and versus the internet, it's all sent into him, like all of his stuff that his overlays and stuff sent into him. Like,
yeah, he don't even make his own like overlays or like pre-stream slides or anything. Like,
no.
like we curate more when we're picking the clips to use in our videos and stuff. When we're like, oh, here's a good clip here, use this on the podcast later, or here's one for the Dentspeare scrolls, or I'm talking about Phil doing this, so I need to hit big go and find a few clips. That's curation.
Yeah, the definition is what ALT does for WPIG. Like that's fucking
that's curation.
Like that's fucking archaeology, man.
So I want to bring us back to the beginning here. Remember when we talked about the Adam Krigler video? Adam Krigler said, you went to, video games are the easiest content to make. You don't make anything with hard work. And Phil responded to that with saying like, I'm the most prolific guy on YouTube. So which is it, right? Are you the most prolific guy on YouTube, posting shit without editing? Without checking anything, shitting it out. You still do that to this day. Or are you a content curator where you decide some things to show and some things not to show when your audience makes all those decisions for you?
That's it. There you go. Yeah. When he cuts it, begs, and then starts again. That's the curation.
Okay. YouTube mode off or on. That's a good curation. Yeah, that's how he curates. Now I get it. But
I hate that as well. It's like prolific doesn't mean good, Phil. Fred was the most popular person on this site at one time. You have an average of like 7 videos a day. Still you're uploading like 7 hours of content a day. It's fucking phenomenal that you put that much stuff out and you're like, yeah, it's curated. It's carefully curated for a specific audience that I have cultivated.
The literally most prolific YouTuber on YouTube, that's true statement, single person, is not a creator. He is a curator.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, makes sense.
Sniper Wolf curates more than Phil.
Yeah, I mean, she has a team, but at least she's not playing every fucking thing. All right,
at least
Sam.
she's not having her audience do the fucking clip. What do you want me to react to today?
Carefully spammed. Yeah, that's the truth.
Criterion Selection Committee member.
Fucking hell, yeah. Like I've mentioned the Criterion Collection before, where I joked that he should release all of his probably all of his streams as like, but the old hard drives would be kind of like that. It'd be like, I've carefully put these together for you, and I'm releasing them.
That would be curation. Yeah, if he was like, I found these old playthroughs, I've put them together so that they look a certain way. Here's like all my old like an Assassin's Creed playthrough. Here you go, edited all in one go. There you go, curated.
Yeah.
You know how crazy that sounds, though? Like, for Phil to do that? Are you crazy?
Yeah.
I know.
If he releases any of that shit, it'll be the whole playthrough without a second cutout.
Yeah,
that's what he would do.
Yeah.
We struggle with grasping that idea.
Like, that's such an insane idea that Steve just said. Hey, he'll just he'll find the funny clips and clip them together. That sounds insane.
Wild.
He would never, ever do that. He's too busy watching Sir Wong from 1 a.m. to 4 a.m. get master. That's curation of content viewing.
And using his own emotes in Justin's chat.
Hey, guys, I'm here. DSP here, guys. Just checking in. Trying to get some level 1, day 1 tech. I've had it. It's time for me to get my payback.
Right. Okay. Anyway.
Please, yes.
With 3 minutes left, just a silly thing we do here on That Being Said, apparently, is every week we encourage people to partake in Phil's Q&A sessions with a word of the week. There weren't that many. In the last week, we went for the word bog, and there were a couple with a little bonus as well. So yeah, we just got this, which I'm sure you've probably all heard now, but here we go.
Am I going to play the new Bog Snacks game? Bog Snacks. Interesting. Bog Snacks. I didn't know. Is this a spin-off or something? Bug Snacks I really like, but I don't know about Bog Snacks.
Bog Snacks.
Bog Snacks.
So then there was a little break, and then there was this one.
Have I ever played Boggle? I want to say yes, but I don't remember.
Good. Hey, whoever that was, big ups on that one. That's a good pull there, man. Great. That's a good one. Big ups.
So that was that, but I had to put them all together.
Bog Snacks. Yeah. Bog Snacks. Bog Snacks. Bog Snacks. Boggle.
But just as a bonus, just randomly, there was this as well within the last week.
So where's Alidoro? Oh, they want me to talk to what's his name? They said it was, where was it? The empty bog or whatever? Right? Where the hell is that? I actually have no idea.
This is curated.
Have we not gotten there yet? Maybe it's coming later, right?
Loving the design
this
here.
Bog or whatever she had said it was, empty the barren swamp or something. There's no barren swamp.
Yeah, that was a good example of curated content as well. The big fucking break with nothing going on.
We have to decide our word for this week, guys. Versus the internet is today. So what's our theme? Because bog was a win, but we need something else. Any word chat? Design. Yes, I like that. I think you can use design in different ways, right? Have you ever designed? No, it's like kind of one note, isn't it?
And I feel like he would pick up on that because it's not been too long since he did the whole curated designed thing. Dead air might be good. If you could use air in some way.
Oh, so
there's
air.
lots of ways to use air.
We need a good word that's easy to search on Pick-Pick-Go because it makes it easier for Sam, by the way. Like curate is too hard, right? Curate is very hard. How are you going to do that?
Yeah, it's too like he's going to be saying that anyway, presumably.
Because I was thinking like back, but not specifically his back, but like, hey Phil, I'm glad to be back, or are you glad to be back, or something like that.
Yeah.
Have you ever been somewhere and then thought I'm not going back there again? But again, that's really difficult to search for on Pick-Pick-Go for Sam. So
if salami would be a good one, because if there was a clip of Phil saying send a salami to your boy in the army, that I'd fucking love that.
All right, so that's fine. Salami is good. Salami is very hard. It's tough to miss that. So let's do salami.
So like meats in general, because you could talk about it in different ways.
How about lunch meats? Lunch meats of any kind.
Yeah,
salami,
salami, pastrami. Yeah.
All lunch meats.
Pepperoni, sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Have you ever punched a salami? Oh, someone did ask a nice. Have you ever punched a bee this week? And I give you props for that. Yeah, nice bee.
Props.
Yeah, I heard someone mention that, but I didn't. I tried finding it. I couldn't. I don't know where. I don't know where.
I got you. Your boy got you.
Oh, brilliant.
Hang on. We're going past divorce line. Gonna be divorced soon.
She said good night to us last night, so so we can at least confirm Chew is alive. She has been sighted. On Dentspeare
Chew is
scrolls.
alive.
Really?
Yeah.
She said bye last night. Yes.
Yeah.
Where is it? Hold on. I saw it on the.
Ever punched a lunch meat sandwich?
Bingo. All right, got it. Here you go, Samuel.
Oh, I think maybe something like stocks in honor of the snort exchange. We should do something like stocks.
No, we got to stop changing it though. We got to figure out what's our angle. Oh, come on. Why isn't my enter key working? The bubbles fucked up my keyboard. I'm very pissed.
Oh, come on.
God, the bubbles.
While we're waiting,
I would argue, if you take a look truly at my audience, there's probably 10,000 people on this planet who actually really enjoy my content, but they're not here all the time. There's probably at all times in a day, maybe 1,000 positive people who watch my content and like it, and they'll watch the different various things. A few hundred on this video, a few hundred for this other game. They don't all watch everything that I put out. On a given day, you probably get 1,000 unique viewers, and then probably, like I said, probably 10,000 people on Earth who actually still like Darkside Phil's content and follow me and want to watch what I do. And that's enough for me, man, to know that there's that many people who actually really love who I am.
Yeah, whatever, Phil. Right, here's the B.
Where are they? What, they just don't watch videos or what? What are they doing? Hey, I've heard of DSP and I have a positive memory of him. Okay, I guess that counts. Oh yeah, let's play that clip though.
10,000 people is 9,995 more people than it actually is. I like that.
10,000. That's an interesting number, isn't it? John Bono, I stole that.
Right, here it is.
Very important question here.
Have I ever punched a bee? I can literally tell you I have. I have straight up bee bothering me, and I went boom, and I punched it straight on, and the bee went flying. That's happened. That's legit happened. Yes, I have punched a bee straight up.
Amazing. Well done.
Incredible. Very important. All right, final. What's our word? What's our final?
I argue stocks because
stocks.
Yeah. Just the snort exchange has been the funniest thing for me over the past few days. So
all right, let's do a poll.
If we can get Derek talking about bondage and stuff like that as well. Yeah. Let's do it, man.
I saw Johnny Big Cock in stocks.
This poll is a flash poll. It's lasting literally like 1 minute. Go. I did the poll.
Go. Stocks.
Curate our content for us. Stocks or lunch meat. Go.
Curate our content.
We need you to curate. We are also we are the curators.
Mm-hmm.
We are the curators of the dreams.
I just feel like because Stocks, lunch meat, he knows that we've got that lunch meat sandwich thing as a bit of a meme, but Stocks, he probably doesn't know that we're, going on about this.
That's true. Yeah.
I think the ones that are sort of like wider and give you a bit more room to sort of like be creative with it. Like when we were talking about bog, someone came up with boggle. So
yeah. That's good. That's a good one. That's the sign of a good. Okay.
Yeah.
Ending poll in honor of Steve's surgery. We wish him the best of luck in that surgery. Ending the poll, 58% agrees with stocks. So that was it. Stocks is our word.
Buy stocks in stocks.
Yep.
Stocks. We do need more stocks. People keep proposing different teams.
Yeah, so. I know. Is the new fight pad all stock? Nice. A lot of options there. Have fun. You're all legends. Thanks so much for joining us today on this Sunday edition of That Being Said. Steve, this is your final episode for a while. Final words, please. Make them all cry. Make them cry. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I do genuinely sort of want to say thank you to everybody. I've got a lot of support and well wishes from people over the last few days, especially, and it's really meant a lot to me because I didn't ever think I'd be at this position where I was, getting support from so many people. I just started making videos because I thought it was fun and a good way to waste the time. And this especially has been great for me, being on That Being Said and being groupthink and doing the Density Scrolls, because it's been a break from everything else. It's been a break from like all the pain and all the exhaustion and all the waiting and the stress that goes with not knowing if I'm going to get an operation or not. It's like a window out of that for a bit. So I've really enjoyed it, and over the last few months, it's really kept me going. And I'm going to miss doing it, and I'm going to miss you guys, and I'm going to miss Meerkat as well. Because he's not here, so I can't say it to his face. But I love you too, man. And I'm going to miss everybody in chat, and I'm going to miss just sort of like being. I'll be like dipping in and out of chats here and there, but I don't know how long it'll be until I come back. But until then, I just want to say thanks everyone for like tolerating me and letting me be part of all this. I've really had a good time, so it's really helped.
Steve, talk about how tips will help.
We do know that like hitting the tips goal does help with his back. So
yes, that does help. It does seriously help. But obviously, you're a legend. Steve,
also, thank you everybody for the comments about my Jasper video. That's been released recently, so that was like a sort of going away thing. I don't know how long it'll be until I can put videos out again, but that's that should keep you going for a bit, and hopefully keep pressure on him about Jasper, because I feel like that's the more important thing. He's mistreating that cat, and he's not a good pet owner. So, but thanks everyone. Thanks for everything.
Obviously, you were missed, but obviously, you take as much time as you fucking need to get you back full power, and we'll be having fun when you get back. But take your time, my friend. We got a lot of time on this earth. Hopefully, let's have some fun and wait for you. Real quick, I do want to say we can say meaningful, because it is meaningful, because there's real emotions here right now, right? We're going to miss Steve. We had a lot of fun with Steve. Steve's a great dude, and we all fucking know it. That's what meaningful is, DSP. That's what it fucking is. One day, maybe you'll figure it out. Sam, send us home, please.
Okay. Big ups, everyone. Gonna miss you, Steve. And
I don't know if I want taco sauce on my burger.
This one goes out to the one and only, the big cat, the fat cat. Big ups. I first saw you in Burger King. You took 2 seats, 'cause that ass is way too big. Had a boyfriend, I realized, but you told him lies with your raccoon eyes. The DoorDash is here. Wipe away your tears. Got you extra fries, and they taste just right.
I actually don't think clicking like on a live stream helps at all. So it really doesn't matter if this stream gets 100 likes or 2. I don't think it affects it.
With those raccoon eyes. Raccoon eyes. Raccoon eyes. Kevin made you cry with those raccoon eyes. Take you power walking on the beach, feasting on some sushi like you were the queen. Let me run some errands while you sleep. I can watch you play Skyrim all day this week. Have no fear, there's no trolls here. Kevin made you cry with those raccoon eyes. Raccoon eyes. Raccoon eyes. Kevin made you cry with those raccoon eyes.
In reality, like I tell you guys, every day when I wake up, that's the best day of my life. I feel like this next day is awesome. I have a beautiful wife who I love so much. She loves me and a family, Jasper, and you know the things we get to do together. You know, I definitely want more time with them and more family time. But I absolutely love my life today compared to how it used to be. Seriously, all those years back then, you'd be like, it's a whirlwind of crap. It was me. And by the way, I've told you guys about my past. I used to drink way too much. I would be drinking constantly, all the time, because I was so stressed out. Honestly, when I started with this whole thing, I was depressed many years ago, a decade ago. I didn't like my life or anything. And basically, liquor was the way to kind of get through that. You know, it was, I hate my life. I hate who I am. So let me just drink it all away and just keep pumping out fucking YouTube videos. I don't have to do that shit anymore. You know, like I'm happy with who I am. Bog standard gotcha game. What do you mean by bog standard? What does that mean? What do you... Get fucked.